A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. So today we meet virtually in a hybrid mode. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, these days, around the world and in home, we are experiencing the risk of COVID-19. But today, as a country, as a nation, we have taken steps and done everything possible to mitigate the spread and curb the spread of the virus. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all are under health protective guidelines, and let me remove my face mask and conduct this hybrid mode session. Ladies and gentlemen, Institute of Indigenous Medicine has a prolonged history. The research culture is not new for us. Ladies and gentlemen, spanning over a decade, we have performed numerous types of events in order to collaborate the academics, students, even postgraduate students, and even internal medical students, and other related parties to move forward in the progress of research culture. This research culture will not benefit our studies, will even definitely boost the forward march of the world as a successful nation in order to prove the efficacy and effectiveness of our indigenous medical systems and as well as Ayurveda medical systems. In order to benefit through our medical system, we have to prove our findings, our way of curing, our prescribing methods through international standards and validated research criteria. So, we, the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, have collaboratively organized this time for the annual Research Symposium 2021 organized by the University of Colombo. And this is the first time that we collaborate with the annual Research Symposium. This is something like a motivation for our students. And even not only that, many of our senior academics and researchers are today felicitated in this esteemed event. And as the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, we are really proud about that. Ladies and gentlemen, interdisciplinary approach on research on indigenous medicine is a theme this time. So opportunities won't come. We should create these opportunities. Through the recent history, we have realized that our students, postgraduate students and academics have performed well in novel findings and even research experiences through their academic career and even gaining the support of our senior academics here at the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. The International Conference on Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and Traditional Medicine, other research approaches, and even opportunities created by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine have devoted an excessive amount of motivation to the above mentioned research culture. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are really happy, as I mentioned before, our senior academics are being felicitated and our students performing well, and even postgraduate students and other related parties under the guidance of Institute of Indigenous Medicine performs well in this research culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the annual Research Symposium 2021 inaugural session, the first time that the Institute of Indigenous Medicine collaboratively organized this type of event. So before starting the session formally, now let's pay our respect to the national anthem of Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So as I mentioned before, the first time that the Institute of Indigenous Medicine collaboratively organized the annual research symposium of the University of Colombo. Ladies and gentlemen, now before start the proceedings formally, let's light up not the traditional oil lamp, but in a sense, with the blessings, with the hope of enlightening this research culture, this esteemed event. And let me invite all the participants to light up the digital oil lamp, and all the distinguished personalities who are joining with us in this virtual session will collaborate with this auspicious moment. Thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. According to the new normal, to mitigate the spread of the COVID-19 deadly virus, as the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, we are taking each and every possible step in order to benefit our community and to be exemplary in front of the entire nation and in front of the entire world. Because the Institute of Indigenous Medicine is a pioneering institute in Ayurveda, Unani, and earlier in Siddha medicine, and even pioneering the research culture here, benefiting the entire human fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, we Ayurveda medical students and even academics might be Siddha, Unani, or some other traditional medical system, but under the light of indigenous medicine, rather the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, we perform in a different way. So we pay homage to certain personalities and even divine goods. And at the annual Research Symposium 2021, at the inaugural session, at the very beginning, we are moving with one such event. I would like to present it like this. Oh Lord, I bow down in front of you. You are worshipped both by goods and demons. Your divine powers, blessings to the people of the world and bring them out of sufferings, diseases, ailments, illness, and the fear of death. Oh Lord, give me your medicines and blessings in abundance to remedify the sickness confronting the humanity. Let's pay homage, Lord Dhanvantri.
वन्दनं शतशतवन्दनं वन्दनं शतशतवन्दनं वन्दनं शतशतवन्दनं वन्दनं शतशतवन्दनम्
Paying homage to Lord Dhanvantari, enlightening the traditional oil lamp in a new normal way, and even respecting the entire nation's national anthem. So now we have everything set to formally start the inaugural session of the Annual Research Symposium 2021, the first ever time that the Institute of Indigenous Medicine collaboratively organized the University of Colombo's Annual Research Symposium. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what is research? Here we have academics, researchers, and a gathering with numerous types of experience. In other words, a related crowd to this medical system and who are much aware about the research culture. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen what others have not seen, and you were talking what others were thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, it's out of the box thinking, and you have implemented novel inventions, and your experiences, practices, and other academic performance led to the success of this criteria. Ladies and gentlemen, we have prepared a small PowerPoint presentation about the research tradition of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. So the progress of the research culture will be visualized now.
Institute of Indigenous Medicine was inaugurated on the 10th of June 1929 and it celebrated its 92nd anniversary. The institute provides invaluable services for training, education, clinical and research in the field of Ayurveda, Unani, traditional medicine and allied sciences. Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne assumed duties as the 18th Vice-Chancellor of the University of Colombo. It is indeed serendipitous that Professor Vijayaratne, the third academic from the medical faculty to hold the office of the Vice-Chancellor, will lead the university to celebrate the 150th anniversary of its pioneering faculty, the Faculty of Medicine. Senior Professor Priyani A. Paranagama, who is the Director, functions as the Principal Executive Officer as well as the Principal Academic Officer in the Institute. Director takes care of both academic and non-academic activities for the smooth functioning of the Institute. Head, Department of Study in Ayurveda, Dr. S.P. Molligoda. Head, Department of Study in Unani, Professor M.S.M. Shifa. Teachers are the guiding lights that open up the pathway to knowledge. They are the pioneers in strengthening the research culture of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. We are forever grateful to our distinguished senior academics for molding us into who we are today. These are the infrastructure facilities that we utilize today in order to perform research studies in IIM. Ethics Review Committee of the IIM was established in 2011 and functions as the main body to get approval of research projects in Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and traditional systems of medicine in order to maintain validity and quality of research. academic of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, performing interdisciplinary research such as analytical, experimental, clinical, and epidemiological studies in various fields which are focused on national and international health issues. These research knowledge and outcomes were disseminated by our academics in various national and international conferences organized by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. These events create opportunities in the global arena. Not only academics, our students also getting opportunities to showcase their research skills and achieve greater heights with the support of their teachers. The research studies carried out by our academics published their outcomes in various peer-reviewed indexed journals. In addition to that, the Institute of Indigenous Medicine publishes its own journal, Sri Lanka Journal of Indigenous Medicine (SLJIM), which is a peer-reviewed biannual research journal. Further, magazines and books are also published by academics of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine in the fields of Ayurveda, Unani, and traditional medicines for the benefit of the students, researchers, and society at large scale. We are proud to disclose that the Institute of Indigenous Medicine academics have received Senate awards for their excellence in research performances and other awards. Our academics' research outcomes have also gone to the extent to benefit the whole community.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Annual Research Symposium 2021 was organized and inaugurated yesterday, the 23rd of November, of New Arts Theatre of the University of Colombo. So the Institute of Indigenous Medicine is the first time collaboratively organizing this event with the University of Colombo under the theme Interdisciplinary Approach on Research in Indigenous Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, to welcome you all for this lovely virtual hybrid mode gathering on a more formal note, ladies and gentlemen, let me invite Senior Professor Priyani A. Parnagama, Director, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, Chair of Chemistry, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. Let me present her short profile before the welcome address. Professor Priyani Ashoka Parnagama graduated from the University of Kelaniya in 1986 with an honors degree in chemistry. She joined the University of Kelaniya in 1990 as an assistant lecturer and proceeded to Industrial and Technological Institute to obtain her MPhil degree in organic chemistry in 1991. She obtained her PhD from University of Glasgow in 1994 in the area of bioorganic chemistry. After returning to Sri Lanka, she initiated her independent research work on natural product chemistry. In 2003, she was promoted as a professor and subsequently in 2011 as a senior professor and in 2012 to the chair of chemistry. She has completed 30 years of service at the University of Kelaniya. Currently, she was appointed as director of Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo from 10th February 2018 to date. She served as the Dean, College of Chemical Sciences and the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon from June 2016 to October 2017. From 2009 to 2012, she served as the head of the Department of Chemistry at the University of Kelaniya. She is a fellow of the Institute of Chemistry Ceylon and a chartered chemist, Royal Society of Chemistry. She is a member of several professional bodies in Sri Lanka. She participates in the conference organized by the World Academy of Science on Shaping Careers in Science in 2016. Moreover, she was awarded the Dr. C.L. De Silva Gold Medal for outstanding research in chemical sciences in 2015 and Professor M.U.S. Sultan Bawa Gold Medal for achievements in her research career in 2008. She is a recipient of several national and international research grants and awards. She has published over 57 research papers in indexed journals, written or edited 11 books, book chapters, and published over 120 communications. She has successfully supervised over 21 postgraduate students and is currently supervising 8 postgraduate students in many different areas of chemistry, ranging from isolation and characterization of natural products, analysis of species and essential oils, value addition of natural products, and toxicity of trace metals. Her research interests are isolation and characterization of bioactive natural products from plants and endoglycanic fungi, development of biopesticides, value addition of natural products. She is involved in teaching spectroscopic methods in organic chemistry, natural product chemistry, heterocyclic molecules, applied organic chemistry, and basic principles in organic and biochemistry. Madam, it's over to you. Welcome this lovely gathering on a more formal note.
Everyone, Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Chief guest of the ceremony, Senior Professor Chandrika Vijayaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, keynote speakers from India, dignitaries from India and Sri Lanka, all the resource persons, members of the Board of Management, heads of Department Ayurveda and Unani, all the heads from the units of Institute of Indigenous Medicine, conference participants, all the academic staff members of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine and other institutes and universities, all the administrative staff from Institute of Indigenous Medicine and University of Colombo, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is indeed a pleasure to welcome you to the first annual Research Symposium 2021, ARS 2021, organized by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, IIM, University of Colombo, in collaboration with University of Colombo today. ARS 2021 also marks the conclusion of the centenary celebration of predecessor of University of Colombo, the Ceylon University of College, the Ceylon University College, established in 1921. This is a memorable event for us today. As the chief organizer of the conference, I am honored to greet you here today as this is the first time that IIM organized this annual research symposium in collaboration with University of Colombo. Knowledge creation and active learning are the main objectives of 21st century higher education, and also wish to address the sustainable development goals introduced by the United Nations. As you all know, there are 17 sustainable development goals to be achieved by 2030. The main inauguration ceremony of ARS 2021 of University of Colombo was held yesterday. I'm very glad to inform you and announce you 5 of our senior academics who have served this institute and dedicated to the institute to develop Institute of Indigenous Medicine up to this day. You're felicitated. They are Professor Dr. Kure Vidyasekara, Professor Sarat Ranasinghe, Professor Emeritus A.H.A.S. Aryavansa, Professor Emeritus Gunapala Amarasinghe, they are from Department of Ayurveda, and Professor Najib from Unani Medicine. Today, this is the inauguration of Annual Research Symposium 2021 Institute of Indigenous Medicine. This conference provides a platform for our academic staff members and the students in IIM to showcase their research findings on the research conducted on Ayurveda and Unani medical system that have proven to be successful in many parts of the world. The theme of the conference is interdisciplinary approach on research in indigenous medicine. Ayurveda, Unani, and traditional medicine continue to be widely practiced all over the world due to many reasons, including lack of effective treatment modalities for some malignancies. I also wish to emphasize that the annual research symposium will also help to gather new knowledge, value addition of indigenous medicine, and showcase of research findings of our own academics, and also to improve the research skills of our academic staff members and the students in Ayurveda and Unani departments. Exchange of scientific knowledge harnessed through the research is also important achievement of this conference, as this will give an opportunity to explore possibilities about future collaborative research with other relevant institutes and universities. At this point, I would like to extend my warm welcome to our chief guest today, Senior Professor Chandrika Wijeratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo. I immensely thankful to you, Madam, for your guidance, leadership, and unstinted support given to us to organize this event too. Our keynote speakers of this conference are Professor P. Hemant Kumar, Dean Postgraduate Section and Head Shalya Tantra, National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, India, and Professor Mohammad Anwar, Chairman, Department of Ilaj with Tabbir, Aligarh Muslim University, India. I warmly welcome both of you, sir. Your participation, profound impact for this conference. I also thank both of you for accepting our invitation to deliver these keynote speeches and share your experience on Ayurveda and medical Unani system. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Sushil Kumar, First Secretary, High Commission of India, and Vikram Singh, Dr. Vikram Singh, Director, Indian Cultural Center. I immensely grateful to both of you as you agreed to participate lively to inaugural session of this conference. Thank you very much, sir. It's my privilege to welcome all the members of the Board of Management Institute of Indigenous Medicine who joined this webinar today despite of their busy schedules. I would like to welcome all the abstract presenters of the conference. On behalf of organizing committee, may I extend my heartiest thank you and appreciation to our keynote speakers as well as abstract presenters of the technical papers today. Organizing a conference is not an easy task. Hence, my heartiest thanks as the Director of Institute of Indigenous Medicine, the coordinator of this conference, Professor Kanti Kulatunga and Professor Nasim Pahamia, and also all the members of the organizing committee for their dedication, commitment to host this event today. They are the live wires of this event. I also thank head of the IT section and all the members of the IT unit for their commitment to organize this event successfully. Finally, may you all stay safe and well. Enjoy the proceedings of ARS 2021 Institute of Indigenous Medicine. Develop new ideas, network, and disseminate the findings of valuable research conducted at Institute of Indigenous Medicine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam. Senior Professor Priyani A. Paranagama, Director of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, let me invite the pillar of strength, success behind each and every achievement that we achieve as the Institute of Indigenous Medicine and the pioneering character of the University of Colombo, bringing forward the university and carrying the university name to greater heights in the international arena. Chief guest of this esteemed event, Madam Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, is an alumnus and an academic in reproductive medicine and endocrinology, Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, the Faculty of Medicine, University of Colombo. Having qualified the MBBS with honors, Senior Professor Vijayaratne pursued MD in Internal Medicine and Doctor of Medicine by Research from the University of Colombo. In addition to being a Commonwealth Fellow, Madam Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne was selected as the Fellow of the Ceylon College of Physicians and Royal College of Physicians, London, and was awarded honorary fellowships by Sri Lankan College of Endocrinologists, College of General Practitioners of Sri Lanka, and the Association of Physicians of India. Senior Professor Chandrika Vijayaratne's contribution to the field of endocrinology was celebrated internationally with the prestigious Laureate Award for International Excellence by the Endocrine Society of the United States of America. Senior Professor Vijayaratne has an unfailing research record with multi-sector and international collaboration and outreach. With immense pleasure and gratitude, I cordially welcome Madam Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne, the Vice Chancellor of University of Colombo, the Chief Guest of the Annual Research Symposium 2021, originally organized by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. It's over to you, Madam.
Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Assalamu alaikum. Warm greetings from the University of Colombo to all of you. So ably led by Senior Professor Priyani Paranagama, the Director of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, the heads of the sections of Ayurveda and Unani, as much as the coordinator for this wonderful conference on the Annual Research Symposium 2021. Respected keynote speakers from India and all registrants and participants, researchers, teachers, administrators, and my dear students. On behalf of the University of Colombo, I thank you for inviting me to your annual research symposium, which has been held to be timed with our annual research symposium month of November. I am very conscious of the fact that Indigenous medicine has a special place in everyone's heart, particularly in terms of health and safety that we have been battling with over the past 20 months. Nevertheless, we need to appreciate that while modern medicine with the Western philosophy has been and is in operation, we cannot forget the indigenous medical practices, particularly the knowledge base, and to conserve it, maintaining its purity and its relevance to today's society in the 21st century. So in terms of being a member of vast University of Colombo's landscape, as pioneers, I'm very grateful to you for retaining your identity and wanting to remain with the University of Colombo, and also to take the field further forward with educational focus, imbibed with research, scholarship and inquiry. I'm very grateful to the director as well as all the conference organizers for arranging this conference soon after your wonderful international conference, for which you took a lot of effort, which was truly a delightful experience a couple of weeks ago. As you know, modern education, in as much as it is virtual, also needs to garner knowledge creation rather than just knowledge transfer alone. And this can be achieved only through research of thinking globally, acting locally, and no doubt with multidisciplinarity at the focus and addressing the sustainable development goals. So in that respect, I'm truly appreciative of the fact that the Institute of Indigenous Medicine has taken on this task with the greatest fervor and address multidisciplinarity. And I'm sure you, with your knowledge and experience, as much as the level of inquiry, can combine aspects of indigenous practices, plants, and other skills to be linked with related fields, particularly in the field of science, the field of humanities and social sciences, which addresses cultural aspects as much as philosophy, and of course also have relook at the entrepreneurial skills that our students need to take on in terms of long-term employability. So I am confident that this conference, which has been organized with all these in view, and particularly at a juncture where your institute has in agreement through discussion, not only with the central administration and the governing council, has also addressed with the UGC, the University Grants Commission, and the Ministry of Education to look at becoming a standalone faculty. I'm certain that you can forge ahead, take your field far forward, preserve its naturalness and identity, and particularly to explore all our indigenous practices and preserve them. So with those words, I wish you all the very best, the best of deliberations, as well as recommendations to our policymakers and planners in time to come based on your research and scholarship. Thank you so much once again for inviting me, and all the very best. Stay safe and enjoy this meeting to the fullest.
Ladies and gentlemen, for this annual research symposium, let me invite to address this virtual gathering the Head Department of Study in Ayurveda, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, Dr. S.P. Molligoda. Senior Lecturer Dr. S.P. Molligoda, Head Department of Study in Ayurveda, entered the University of Colombo in December 1986 as an undergraduate and continued her association with the university by joining the university as an academic after obtaining a first-class honors for her degree, the first degree. Senior Lecturer Dr. S.P. Molligoda received her postgraduate qualifications, Master of Philosophy from the University of Peradeniya, Doctor of Medicine from the National Rajasthan Ayurveda University, and at present the PhD candidate at the University of Kelaniya. She has served as a Senior Assistant Students Counselor, Coordinator of the English Unit, Secretary of the Sectional Committee, Head of the Department of Basic Principles, Secretary of the Ethical Review Committee, Member of the Library Committee, Organizing Secretary of the International Conference on Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and Traditional Medicine in 2017. She has published books and numerous research articles in local and international reputed journals. Madam, it's over to you to address the Annual Research Symposium 2021.
Good morning to all who have gathered here today. First and foremost, let me welcome all the invitees who are gracing this occasion with their presence. Honorable Chief Guest, Vice Chancellor, Madam Senior Professor Chandrika Vijayaratne, keynote speakers from India, Professor P. Hemant Kumar, National Ayurveda Institute, Jaipur. Then Professor Muhammad Anwar Aligarh Muslim University, India. Director IIM, Senior Professor A. Priyani Paranagama. All the members of Board of Management, other special invitees, all the academic members, non-academic members, and dear students. For nearly 2 years, our physical health, our livelihood, and our economics have been turned upside down due to the COVID-19. This impact has continued and diversified as each wave of the virus poses new challenges to our society. On that note, let me move on today's event, which will be presented to you all as a hybrid session. I am thoroughly pleased to witness you all here today at the IIM join with the Annual Research Symposium 2021, University of Colombo. It is my privilege to address you all on the behalf of Institute of Indigenous Medicine. This milestone is a historic opportunity to shape our future together under the theme Interdisciplinary Approach on Research in Indigenous Medicine. I welcome all the dignitaries who will be presenting their research findings today. Then I especially thank to Director IIM for the correct guidance and coordinators of today's event, Professor Kanti Kulatunga and Professor N. Pahamia, especially IT section, head IT section and the other staff of the IT section for their fullest support. I feel extremely proud to announce that our Elite Institute has completed 92 years along with the anniversary of the University of Colombo, and behind those huge pillars of success over the years are the dedicated academic staff, non-academic staff, and students who have been giving their best to make the college achieve greater heights. Indigenous medical system plays an active role in the lives of individuals, communities, and cultures across the Southeast Asia region, as across the world. It is an area of knowledge and practice that for many people is embedded in their day-to-day lives, which have been with us for 5,000 years. Over the past 2 decades, the use of indigenous medicine has expanded globally, gaining significant popularity, including in developed countries also. One reason for this is dramatic increase in the number of people with non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and mental disorders. Indigenous medicine has great potential to promote health and to prevent and manage NCDs, an issue of great concern in most of our communities. This conference will notably facilitate the digitalization of indigenous medical knowledge and policy. Our time together is indeed valuable and we must take full advantage of it. I wish the conference all success and reiterate your support as together we strive to achieve health and well-being for all people of all ages. And as we recover from COVID-19 and answer the needs of people across the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam. Dr. S.P. Molligoda, the Head Department of Study in Ayurveda. So let me invite Dr. Mohammad Shifa, Professor of the Department of Study in Unani, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, to address the annual research symposium. And let me introduce Dr. Mohammad Shifa, Professor in Monojat, the present Head of the Department of Study in Unani. He has pursued the BUMS at the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo, and MD in Monojat at Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. Presently, he is reading PhD in Unani in Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. In addition to these qualifications, he has done the LLB at the Open University of Sri Lanka and attorneys at law at the Law College of Sri Lanka and enrolled as an attorney at Law the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. He is a member of Sri Lanka Ayurveda Medical Council and the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. He is working in the area of anti-inflammatory activity of some Unani herbs in vitro and in vivo. He has received many awards, including SIDA Award, Indian Council for Cultural Relations Award, UGC Research Grant Award, Ibn Sina International Award, and many more awards in his caliber. His research areas are anti-inflammatory, rheumatology, and regimental therapy. He has published 28 research papers in peer-reviewed index journals, more than 60 abstracts in national and international conferences, 4 books in the field of Unani medicine, and created 3 software and 1 mobile application related to Unani medicine, besides his research and academic work. Professor Shifa, it's over to you, sir, to address the annual research symposium.
Thank you. Today's chief guest, Honorable Chandra, Minister of Family, Senior Professor Chandrika Vijayaratna Ma'am, Respected Director, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, Senior Professor Priyani Paranagama Madam, Head of the Ayurveda section, Dr. Molligoda, invited keynote speakers, Professor Hemant Kumar and Professor Mohammed Anwar, chairpersons, co-chairs, rapporteurs, professors, academic staff of Unani and Ayurveda, delegates, special invitees, medical officers, PG scholars, administrative and non-academic staff, and my dear students. Good morning. Hi, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Vanakkam. It is a great honor to have the opportunity to say a few words before starting this symposium. First of all, on behalf of the organizing committee of the annual research symposium, I would like to express our great pleasure in welcoming all of you for the annual research symposium IIM 2021. This institute was established in 1929. Since then, one of the most important functions assigned to this institute has been to promote indigenous medicine and traditional medicine, along with initiating basic research activities in indigenous medicine with a multidisciplinary approach in collaboration with scientists throughout our country as well as abroad. In view of rapidly advancing frontiers of science and technology and the increasing importance of international collaboration, I strongly felt that our institute should play a leading role in promoting scientific research activities in a worldwide form. This is not only a give and take information exchange with the outside world, but also we intend to promote harmony between different scientific cultures through the establishment of different platforms at our institute. As one action for the global promotion of our research activities, we have decided to host a series of international symposia on various topics in the field of Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and traditional medicines annually. This year, we are fortunate to have 2 symposia, and the present symposium is the first symposium collaboratively organized with our main campus, University of Colombo. We are choosing different themes for different symposia. However, in all cases, in addition to promoting exchange of expert insights, we would like to encourage particularly young academics, researchers, students, scientists to present papers in each symposium on their new results from the frontiers of science and medicine, and to help them to get an overview of fields they are involved in. The theme of the present symposium is interdisciplinary approach on researching indigenous medicine. Indeed, it is a timely and important topic, as well as eagerly waiting for a permanent solution for the COVID-19 pandemic, which has an impact on every field and the economy of the country as well. I am aware that some research papers may deal with hot and quite fascinating topics, and I expect a variety of hot discussions throughout this symposium. Finally, I would like to thank our Chief Organizer, Director Priyani Paranagama Madam, Co-Organizer Dr. Molligoda, Symposium Coordinators Professor R.H. Kuratunga and Professor Pahamia for organizing and holding this symposium. And also I want to thank keynote speakers Professor Hemant Kumar and Professor Mohammed Anwar for accepting our invitation. My special gratitude to the Vice Chancellor Madam for the endorsement and including us in the annual research symposium of University of Colombo 2021. I would like to close my speech by expressing my sincere wishes for the success of the symposium and for all participants to discover new opportunities in the still growing area of research on indigenous medicine and traditional medical system. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable words of inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, research is a formalized curiosity creating new knowledge. Being a researcher requires dedication, hard work, and more than a little inspiration. Today, we have a gathering of senior academics, researchers, and even students of numerous capacities related with this plethora. Ladies and gentlemen, for this annual research symposium, the first organized collaborative effort of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine with the University of Colombo with the annual research symposium, we have invited several distinguished personalities as keynote speakers. So let's move to the first keynote address, and we thank the keynote speakers for accepting our kind invitation and participating to disseminate their knowledge. Professor Hemant Kumar, Dean, Postgraduate Studies, Head, PG Department of Shalitantra, National Institute of Ayurveda, deemed to be the University of Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. Sir, I would like to invite you to your keynote address and let me introduce your short profile before your address. Professor Hemant Kumar is the Dean of Postgraduate Section and Head of the Department of Shalitantra of National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, and he is a specialist in general surgery in Ayurveda. He has an experience spanning more than 20 years in teaching, clinical and research field in Ayurveda medicine. Professor Hemant completed his BA/MS from NTR University of Health Sciences in 1992 and successfully completed MS-IU from Institute of Medical Sciences in Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi in India in 1997. Further, he has obtained a PhD in Ayurveda in Health Sciences in 1992. Professor Hemant has published 2 books, 18 papers in indexed journals, and 43 papers in peer-reviewed journals, and provided guidance for 33 MD Ayurveda students and 9 PhD scholars. He is a member of professional bodies of National Shushruta Association and BHU Alumni Association. He has acted as chairman of several committees in his professional scope of work. He has been awarded Acharya Award in 2014 by Central Council of Indian Medicine and Ministry of Ayush, New Delhi. Moreover, he bagged the award of Best Doctor in 2006, 2007, and 2013 in SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital as the Best Teacher Award in 2008 in SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital. Moreover, he was awarded with Shushruta Ratna Award in 2009 by National Shushruta Association, India, and Proctologist Award in 2012 by the DGM Ayurveda Medical College. Further, Professor Hemant Kumar participated in a number of seminars, workshops, both nationally and internationally, and also conducted 125 guest lectures, keynote speeches, and contributed for numerous CME programs as a resource person. Sir, we are privileged and proud to have you here with us at the annual research symposium. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you. Om Dhanvantaraya Namaha. Om Manjunadaya Namaha. Namaskar to all. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Honorable Director, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, all the heads, all the dignitaries, academicians, doctors, practitioners, scholars, and all my dear students and delegates. First of all, I welcome today Annual Research Symposium 2021 organized by Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. Traditional medicine, also known as indigenous or folk medicine. It comprises medical aspects of traditional knowledge that developed over generations within the folk beliefs of various societies before the era of modern medicine. Herbal medicines remain the major source of health care for the world population. The World Health Organization has recognized herbal medicine as an essential building block of primary health care of vast countries like India and China. India has a very long, safe, and continuous usage of many herbal drugs in the officially recognized alternative system of health like Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, and Naturopathy. The World Health Organization defines traditional medicine as the sum total of knowledge, skills, and practices based on theories, beliefs, and experiences indigenous to different cultures, whether explicable or not, used in the maintenance of health as well as in the prevention, diagnosis, improvement, or treatment of physical and mental illness. Ayurveda means the science of life. It is a discipline of Upaveda. Ayurveda has its prime origin from Atharva Veda and a supplement to the Rig Veda. See, Dhanvantari is worshipped as the god of Ayurveda. The aim of this system is to prevent illness, heal the sick, and preserve life. Ayurveda has its origins from the India and extends its wings in various parts of the world. In some Asian and African countries, up to 80% of the population relies on traditional medicine for their primary health care needs. It is proved through pandemic condition. When adopted outside its traditional culture, traditional medicine is often considered a form of alternative medicine. Practices known as traditional medicines include traditional European medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, traditional indigenous medicine of Assam, and rest of Northeast India, and especially in South India, they name it as a Natu Vaidyam, that is traditional medicine practiced in South India, and traditional Korean medicine, traditional African medicine, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, ancient Iranian medicine, Iranian and Islamic medicines. Scientific disciplines which study traditional medicine include herbalism, ethnomedicine, ethnobotany, and medical anthropology. We have had to explore fully the vast storehouse of indigenous, tribal, and traditional system of medicine of our country. India has about 45,000 plant species. Medicinal properties have been assigned to several thousands. In spite of advances in modern system of medicine, there are various areas like tropical diseases, herbs, AIDS, cancer, bronchial asthma, etc. might be successfully cured by herbal medicines. Modern science has already accepted the potential of herbs as a source of new bioactive constituents. There are numerous plants-derived drugs of unknown chemical structure that have been found clinically useful in the different alternative system of medicine, including Ayurveda, homeopathy, and Unani system of medicine. The plants are rich reservoir of potential leads for drug discovery against various disorders. Today, the world's looking toward India for more effective and safer new drugs to control various challenging diseases. Today, there is a novel interest in traditional medicine in all over the world as an alternative to pure synthetic medicine because of various problems associating with them. The government of India has formal structures to regulate quality, safety, efficacy, and practice of herbal medicine. Millions of Indians use herbal drugs regularly as a spice, home remedies, health foods, as well as over-the-counter as a self-medication or also a drug prescribed in the non-allopathic systems. According to WHO, 4 billion people use herbal medicine worldwide. Assurance of safety, quality, efficacy of medicinal plants and herbal products is a key issue which needs to be addressed. It is clear that herbal industry can make great strides in India with the cooperation between drug regulatory authorities, scientists, and industries. The current approaches are needed for integration of ancient system to novel standardization methods and control, quality control, data on safety and efficacy are required according to the need of regulatory guidelines for interdisciplinary research of herbal medicine. Herbal medicines are a treasure house of the information from which we may derive leads to fill many blank spots in the modern medicine by using interdisciplinary approaches. The recent global resurgence of interest in herbal medicines has led to an increase in the demand for them. The need of the hour is to evolve a systemic approach to develop well-designed methodologies for the standardization of herbal raw materials and herbal formulations. The structure of this manuscript may honestly reflect the present state of traditional medical research. The section on descriptive research methods is lengthy and detailed, while applied and advanced research such as hypothesis testing and bioprospecting is relatively short and undefined. The future for traditional medicine research, it is clear that the future for traditional medicine research requires more studies based on hypothesis testing in order to rigorously examine and effectively use interdisciplinary research methods, develop theoretical domains, and apply results. Truly, interdisciplinary research should reflect an equal integration of both the Western and traditional concepts of medicine. An ethnopharmacological study, for example, should include sufficient descriptive data to generate and test a hypothesis, substantive statements concerning medical plants and use in the actual human population, and suggestions for applying phytochemical knowledge towards the formulation of new pharmaceuticals for the benefit of both local and Western needs. The plethora of descriptive data must be gathered in literary surveys and standardized to facilitate access and efficient use of its contents for further studies. The application of modern information technology and databasing may serve well to reach the goals. Future research should be directed towards advancing mechanisms for improving and implementing equal reciprocity, benefit sharing, and dispersal of results within indigenous groups who participate in research projects. As enthusiasm of interdisciplinary studies continue to grow, the future for traditional medical research is bright and encouraging. Time-tested traditional wisdom of local people combined with scientific testing and evaluation can only produce a more optimal healthcare system that both recognizes and respects the benefit of cultural, spiritual, and physical human diversity. I am very thankful to organizers for giving opportunity to share my knowledge in this annual research symposium 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for devoting your valuable time on the success of the annual research symposium. Thank you very much on behalf of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, on behalf of the University of Colombo and the entire fraternity for joining this esteemed event. So let me invite the next keynote speaker, Professor Mohammed Anwar, Chairman, Department of Ilaj with Tadbir, Faculty of Unani Medicine, Aligarh Muslim University, India. Dr. Mohammed Anwar is presently working as a professor and chairman of Department of Ilaj with Tadbir, Aligarh Muslim University, India. He did his BU, MS and MD in Molijat in 1993 from Ajmal Khan Tadbir College, AMU. He was awarded the University Gold Medal for his outstanding academic performance. He was also engaged in teaching clinical subjects to undergraduate and postgraduate students at several universities and institutes like Aligarh Muslim University, Hamdard University, New Delhi, and National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bangalore since 1994. He served as a member, Academic Council of RGUHS Bangalore, AMU, and Integral University, Lucknow. Formerly served as head of the Department of Molijat and Ilaj with Tadbir and Deputy Hospital Superintendent, National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bangalore. Professor Mohammed Anwar has published 75 research papers in various scientific journals of repute and authored 3 books. He served as a member of several scientific and research committees and as a member of Institutional Ethics Committee of Bangalore, member Research Committee of CCRUM New Delhi. He has supervised 21 postgraduate candidates in Irani subjects, participated in several conferences and workshops, delivered a large number of invited lectures as a resource person. Currently serving as a sectional editor, complementary and alternative medicine journal of Neuropharma. Owing to his exceptional bright academic career, he was awarded with Hakeem Mohammed Ashraf Global Award in 2019 by Hakeem Mohammed Ashraf Memorial Society in Hyderabad, Best Teacher Award for Clinical Research in Unani Medicine in 2018, and Lifetime Achievement Award in Academic Field in 2020 by Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Sir Professor Mohammed Anwar, it's over to you, and thank you for joining with us at the Annual Research Symposium 2021.
First of all, I am very much thankful to the organizers of this international conference organized by Institute of Indigenous Medicine, Sri Lanka, on the very important topic and current topic, particularly for the indigenous system of medicine, on the topic of interdisciplinary approach and the research in the indigenous system of medicine. I am really very much thankful to all the organizers, particularly the chairman of the organizing committee, all the members of the organizing committee, or an organizing secretary for inviting for this August, before present my lecture before this August gathering. As I am concerned with the Unani system of medicine, therefore I have chosen my topic, interdisciplinary approach of research in Unani system of medicine. Before coming to my topic, I will start with the quote of one of the renowned physician who has written a book on experimental medicine, and later on he was considered as a father of physiology. And he quoted that the first requirement in practicing experimental medicine is to be observing physician and to start the pure and simple observation of the patient made as completely as possible. This was the quote of the Claude Bernard, and really it becomes true in the field of research till date. And as we all know that Unani system of medicine is one of the oldest system of medicine, and existence of this system is still now itself is evidence of validity of its principles. However, the essence of any science is progress-based, a continuous quest of new knowledge through the research, development, and new applications. Unani system of medicine should not be exception to this. With the same objective, Government of India established Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine, which is headquarters is situated in New Delhi, and there are numerous branches which are continuously working in the field of research in the Unani system of medicine to develop this system in its own theoretical framework. But the researcher undertaken to review the system contributed to some extent, which at least made the literature accessible to academicians and researchers. In the last 3 decades in India, extensive research were carried out in the different academic institutions, particularly Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine, Ajmal Khan Tibbiya College, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bangalore, and Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. But the past as well as the current trends have failed to reap the desired optimal result due to various reasons. Ironically, ongoing research in the line of modern system of medicine protocol without taking into consideration the contrasting epistemic principle of the system. Thus, there is a need for a paradigm shift to research methodology for evaluating Unani system of medicine. The Unani system of medicine is a comprehensive medical system which meticulously deals with the state of health and disease. The fundamentals are based on the deep philosophical insight and scientific principles. This system fully appreciates and understands the creation of man, his nature, his constitution, his relationship to the environment. The strength of the system is its holistic approach, particularly temperament-based prescription and the principles of the 6 essential factors of life, that is Asbab-e-Sitta Zaruriya, which are pivotal for maintaining the health. Its holistic approach focuses on how to physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual elements of the body are interconnected to maintain wellness. Toning of the organs and immune system is another unique feature of Unani system of medicine. Now, what is the research? Now I'm coming to my topic. Now, what is the research? Research is the investigation of a particular topic using a variety of reliable and scholarly sources. And the 3 major goals of the research are establishing the facts, analyzing the information, and reaching the new conclusion. The 3 main acts of doing research are searching, reviewing, and evaluating the information. And there are certain types of research. Basically, basic research, that is a fundamental research, applied research, clinical research, epidemiological research, evaluation research, and literature review. And then what is the interdisciplinary research? Basically, interdisciplinary research involves the combining of 2 or more academic disciplines into one activity or one research project. It means it is about the creating something new by crossing boundaries and thinking across them. It is related to the interdisciplinary field, which are organizational unit that crosses traditional boundaries between academic discipline of 2 schools of thoughts and needs the new profession have emerged. And the basic idea or basic concept behind the interdisciplinary research is there are certain problems are there. The exact definition of interdisciplinary research is not mentioned, not clear. At one extreme, simplest case, we may say that interdisciplinary research is present when the elements of any 2 disciplines are used in the research process. And actually, what is the dialectics of modern medicine? The modern medicine is based on the experimentation. On the basis of experimentation, there are certain observations, and these observations make a hypothesis, then theories, then become the law. But on the contrary, in the Unani system of medicine, the philosophical system of medicine, there is a certain logics and philosophy are there. On the basis of logic and philosophy, we make observation, then some hypothesis is generated, then theories are drawn, then laws. Then we make the law. Then what should we do for the interdisciplinary research? Because there is a difference in the 2 systems of medicine. How to research in modern system of medicine, what is the basics of Unani system of the medicine. In fact, the modern system of medicine is based on the experimentation. And while the Unani system of the medicine is based on the logic and philosophy. So there is a dire need that this logic and philosophy should be carried out, should be put in under some observation and under some experimentation. And then on the basis of this experimentation, that is in Unani, there is a qiyas and tajruba. On the basis of qiyas, we do some experimentation, then we make the law. So this should be mixed. We have to take some basic concept of the Unani system of medicine, and then we have to study what is the research methodology in the modern system of medicine, and then we mix up two elements with 2 key elements without deviating the Unani system of medicine. What is going on? What is going on in our system of medicine? Because we are starting our research on the basis of the modern line of treatment. We take up the disease from the Unani entirety, but we diagnose the case on the modern parameter. Then we study all the experimentation and clinical studies are carried out on the basis of the modern system of medicine. In this type of research, we are not reaching to our goal because we are deviating somehow with the concept of the Unani system of medicine. Therefore, in any interdisciplinary research should be carried out with keeping the intact the basic principles of the Unani system of medicine. Otherwise, the result will be not on the line of the Unani principles of the medicine. Though there are two provisions are there. Unani system of medicine versus other traditional system of medicine like Siddha, like Ayurveda, and the other aspect of Unani system of medicine versus modern system of medicine. So we can do our research either comparing traditional system of medicine or with the modern system of medicine. And there are certain barriers to develop some interdisciplinary research guidelines for the traditional system of medicine. These research, what are these barriers basically? Basically, barrier in the research, barrier in the concept, because the concept of the Unani system of medicine is entirely different with the concept of modern system of medicine. Here the concept of the temperament is there, concept of mizaj is there, concept of akhlaq is there, and modern system of medicine, there's a concept is entirely different. We have virus, bacteria, and other etiopathogenesis is entirely different. Then how we can do our research, appropriate research? So this is one of the barrier. Second, the cultural barrier. Third, the knowledge barrier. Structural barrier is also there. Psychological barriers are there. And of course, indeed, there is a methodological barrier. And one of the important barriers in the modern system and Unani system, that is the concept of metaphysical basis in the Unani system of medicine. So these are the barriers in the research of the interdisciplinary research, what are the issues needs to be addressed in this current scenario. The basic issues is exploration of the fundamentals, because we have to explore the concept of misaj, we have to explore the concept of the akhlaq and other concepts, asbab se tazruriya, and then efficacy, dose standardization in Unani drugs and herbal drugs. Sorry, the dose is also one of the important issue, because the dose here and the dose in the masa, tola, and the grams, when the whole drug is being used, crude drugs are being used, while the modern system of medicine in the milligram and microgram and nanoparticle are being used, alkaloids are being used. Then in Unani modern drug interaction is also a problem. Safety of intervention, we are using different intervention, particularly in the field of Ilaj with Tadbir, where we are using cupping therapy, leech therapy, venous suction, and other procedures are there. But we have to develop some SOPs and safety measures for using these safety and efficacy of these interventions. And drug standardization is also a problem in the indigenous system of medicine, which should be standardized before using in the clinical trial. So these are some basic issues we need to address. And I am skipping some slides, but because of such difference in approach of the both group, we have difficulty in accepting other method. Therefore, there is a clash of method and views. These barriers can be solved by a science created from the integration of range of disciplines that have never been linked before. Before starting any interdisciplinary, the researcher should have the basic knowledge of the both systems. If you are comparing your system with the modern system of medicine or other traditional system of medicine, you have the basic knowledge of the both system of medicine. You have the basic knowledge of the basic concepts, the principles of Unani medicine and principles of the other system of medicine. You have to understand the etiopathogenesis, what are described in the Unani literature and Unani classical text, and what is the etiopathogenesis in the modern system of medicine. Then the disease entirety, what is the, because in the most of the Unani classical literature, most of the symptoms are being treated as a disease, like khafqan, like usrat nafs, like ziqun nafs. But in the modern system of medicine, the disease, but most of the diseases entirety are different. So we have to understand what is the disease entity in the Unani and which disease we are going to correlate with the other system of medicine. And then, of course, we have to understand what is the principle of the treatment in Unani medicine and what is the principles of treatment in other system of medicine. So just the search of the common ground on this basis, and then on the basis of the basic knowledge, basic concept of the both, then we have to make some common ground of the fundamental elements in all interdisciplinary investigation. Creating common ground is essential for the preparation of resolving conflict, finding new meeting, and combining or integrating disciplinary insights. We must inquire about the evidence behind the new therapies and protocol, and we can make information to decision based on the some things more substantial than marketing claims. We must always bear in mind the basic principle of the pharmacology and considering research relevant to the plants. We must avoid pseudoscience if we intend to incorporate the scientific knowledge in our therapies. Let it be good science. And the areas of the interdisciplinary research, what are the areas in the interdisciplinary research in Unani system of medicine? Basically, basic principles of Unani medicine, which is largely based on the experimental understanding, entailing enormous element of the logic and philosophy. Various concepts of Unani medicine needs explanation on the modern parameters. I am giving some example because the concept of misaj is very important concept in Unani system of medicine. Here is the every individual have individual temperament. Drug, all the drugs of the Unani medicine are the temperament based, and even the diseases are considered on the basis of the temperament, Sue misaj. So then how we can correlate the modern system of medicine? Now this is the era of the molecular science. We are using some molecular level of drugs. Then we have to understand the molecular basis of the hormones, enzymes, effect of thyroxine, effect of adrenaline, genetic fingerprinting, DNA genome. I'm just giving some example. One of the example is the hormone assay. Because in the Unani system of medicine, there's a concept of misaj, misaj-e-har, misaj-e-bari. And there are certain hormones like the thyroxine, like adrenaline. If you see the effect of the thyroxine and effect of the adrenaline, these are the effects are most of the effects are related to the har misaj pupils. So what we should do, we should categorize the patient on the basis of the Unani text and Unani concept. What is the misaj of the person? Which is the misaj is har, which is the misaj of bari. In such patient, we just analyze their hormone assay, their biochemical assay, and we see what is the range of the thyroxine level in the patient of the Sue misaj bari, what is the range of thyroxine adrenaline level in the Sue misaj bari, and what is the level of the adrenaline and thyroxine in the patient of Sue misaj har. Then we can correlate. Another thing, nowadays there is a genetic fingerprinting is also there. We just examine the patient, we decide this the patient belongs to the category of the bari misaj, just take the fingerprinting and then see what are the exact nature of fingerprinting is present in individual person which is having the bari misaj. Genetic fingerprinting, DNA genome. So with the genetic engineering, genetic fingerprinting and DNA genomics, we can study our concept of the misaj and we can validate the concept of misaj on the basis of the some higher level of the genomic research, and we can justify this in the scientific labs, because this is the scientific era. If we cannot provide the evidence for the any specific claim made by the Unani physician, this is the bari misaj, this is the har misaj. So this is the high time where the researchers of the Unani system of medicine should compare their temperament, should study the temperament of the patient, temperament of the drug, temperament of the disease on the basis of the molecular basis as well as the hormone assay as well as the genomic basis. So then we can reach with some goal. We can make some the research, scientific research, and the scientific community will understand our concept. Similarly, the revision of the Unani text is also important, because the most of the Unani books are either classical literature books, or either in the Persian language, or either in the Arabic language, some in Urdu language. So now these books should be revised and should be translated at least in the international languages, so that the pupils who are some belongs to the other community, belongs to the other language, they can easily understand about the concept of our disease. So this is a very dire need, that our books should be revised and should be translated in as part of the international languages, particularly in English. Revalidation of the Unani fundamentals is also one of the important gray area for the research to find the better treatment modality for the existing disease or the newer disease. There are certain newer diseases are coming, but in the Unani literatures, there is no description for this. Some like corona disease, like AIDS, like some other new diseases. So the researchers of the Unani system of medicine, there is a responsibility to develop that there is some protocol, start some clinical trial studies for the newer diseases which are facing by the world community. So to standardize the treatment procedures scientifically, there are certain procedures are there, particularly in the regimental therapy. There is cupping therapy, facade leach therapy, that should be standardized, and the protocol should be standardized, and to establish the dose, duration, indication, and side effect profile of the drugs. Because the most of the, we assume that the some Unani drugs having less side effect or least side effect or no side effect, but certainly the drug will not being used, there are some side effects. So we should analyze what are the exact side effects, what is the duration of this drug, this compound drug or single drug, and what are the indications, what is the exact use of duration, that should be clarified the Unani. And there is a concept of akhlaq is also important pillar of the Unani system of medicine, and that should also be compared with the biochemical markers, constituents of the blood, enzymes, and hormones. Then asbab, what are the asbab mentioned in Unani literature, in Unani perspective, as well as the modern perspective. Then usul-e-ilaj, whole entire Unani system of medicine, the treatment is based on the usul-e-ilaj, and most of the diseases are treated on the basis of the suya-mizaj. So that should also be discussed in detail and should be scientifically validated. What the changes developed in the specific suya-mizaj and what are the biochemical changes developed in the different disease, that should be compared. And usul-e-tashkhis should also be, because now the diagnosis is very advanced. And we are certainly, the nabs, bowel obraz, character of the pulse, examination of urine, the basic tool for the investigation. But these investigation, apart from these investigation, we should use the modern investigations for the purpose of the diagnosis of the treatment. Dietetics is one of the important part of Unani system of medicine, and the diet is classified in the various types. That is Ghizai Latif, Ghizai Kasif, Qalilut Taghziya, Kasilut Taghziya. So then these types of diets should also be compared on the basis of the caloric value, nutraceutical value, nutritional value, and some other factors. So that should be compared with the modern knowledge, because that now the dietetics and nutrition is very advanced, and the most of the diseases we are only particularly in the lifestyle diseases. But in Unani, from the very beginning, the dietary treatment is the main principle of the treatment. But as per concept of the Unani, the disease should be treated first by the tadabir, that is ilaj with tadbir. Then it should be treated with the ghiza. Then we should come to dawa pharmacology, then ilaj bil yad. So when Unani physicians should do all these things, and the concept of diets should be in research on the basis of the modern scientific knowledge of the nutraceuticals, dietary contents, fat, lipid, protein, and their caloric value as well. Then standardization of the drug. Most of the Unani drugs should need the standardization And of course, the standardization should be as per parameter of the modern parameters. Toxicity of drug in the most of the drugs in Unani medicine, which are the belongs to Darjat-e-Chaharrum, like Samulfar, Afyun, its toxicity, even in the Unani classical text, toxicity purification method is there, but that should also be toxicity study should be carried out on the basis of modern parameter. And of course, the clinical study should be carried out on the most of the drugs which are mentioned in Unani classical literature for the treatment of various diseases. And that is Mujarrabat-e-Matab Adviya, that should be tried on the basis of modern parameters. Then, of course, the regimental therapy is one of the important and emerging area for the treatment of the various diseases, particularly lifestyle diseases, musculoskeletal diseases, neurodegenerative diseases, and there are a number of the procedures are there, which are drugless therapy. These procedures are being used, and there is a very effective results are there, but in the various diseases, particularly osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, in case of varicose vein, in case of some neurodegenerative disorders, in case of post-stroke complication. In the National Institute of Unani Medicine, there is a center for the neurorehabilitation where they are doing research, particularly in the patients of the post-stroke complication, and the wonderful results are there. But these procedures should be standardized and should be valid, scientifically validated. Then there is a dire need to develop the SOPs of all these procedures, validation of the claims, and development of the techniques, scientific techniques. So then I am coming how to correlate some Unani disease entirety with the modern disease entirety. But I am giving some example of the correlation. For example, in the Unani literature, there is a concept of Imtila bihasbil aviya, Imtila bihasbil quwa. That is the symptoms of Imtila bihasbil aviya and Imtila bihasbil quwa, particularly Imtila bihasbil aviya, is very much similar with the hypertension, the symptoms of hypertension. Now you can record blood pressure. Then you diagnose the case on the basis of the symptoms mentioned in the Unani literature. Then you can correlate with the symptom mentioned under the category of hypertension. There are some work is carried out in the National Institute of Unani Medicine, as well as the NIM and Jamia Hamdard, where they correlate the symptoms of the hypertension. And even one of the researcher, who is Dr. Raisuddin, who is working in your institute, worked on the role of hijama bishurt in the management of the hypertension, and they very much correlated with the disease with the Imtila bihasbil aviya with the hypertension. Similarly, Vermiculite Safravi with the important disease, which are very good and effective treatments available in Unani system of medicine. We see the symptoms of Vermiculite Safravi. The symptoms of the viral hepatitis are very much similar with the symptoms of Vermiculite Safravi. In such case, we can measure the liver function test with the hepatitis B. We can see hepatitis B, C, so that we can correlate on the basis of the enzymatic changes in the liver diseases as well as the symptom mentioned in the Unani literature. Similarly, Wajal Mufasil Har or Barid, the Wajal Mufasil Har is very much similar with the symptoms of the gout, while the Vermiculite Barid is very much similar with the osteoarthritis, while the Hitraqis Saura and Vermiculite Saudawi, Wajal Mufasil Saudawi is very much similar with the symptoms of the rheumatoid arthritis. Then we can correlate with the diseases on the basis of the clinical symptom mentioned in Unani literature, and then we can diagnose what are the investigation present in the modern literature. Then we have to correlate with up to what extent with the disease on the basis of a common symptom, on the basis of complication. Then select the disease on the basis of Unani parameter, then diagnose the cases on the basis of biochemical markers, then the correlate both diseases. And after correlation, there are certain possibilities are there. Diagnosis on the Unani lines and Unani line of treatment, but here there is a lacuna, there is no scientific validation. Diagnosis on the basis of the modern lines, then Unani line of treatment, that may be feasible, but here is also some problem is there. Unani diagnosis, minor treatment, no, but modern diagnosis, modern treatment, but as a control. Here, what we should do, They diagnose the disease entirety on the basis of the Unani clinical symptoms, then correlate the disease entirety with the modern system of medicine. Then parameter for investigation, we should choose from the modern system of medicine. Then we start our research, clinical trial and other studies. In such a way, there are certain possibility to start the interdisciplinary research, and we can validate, and we can now just I'm concluding because just a few slides are there. There are certain strategies how we make our strategy to start interdisciplinary research. State problem on the basis of the literature review, drive the testable hypothesis, prepare the research design, prepare the protocol without deviating Unani principle, criteria for the selection, sampling strategies, parameter selection, parameter based on the Unani description. Then we select the parameters used in the modern system, collect the data, statistically analyze, reject or regain the hypothesis, then inferences and calculation. This will be the possible strategy of research design in Unani system of medicine that is possible under the interdisciplinary research can be carried out this. And the last, there is a key message: prepare module for the research with integrated approach, correlate the concept on the logical basis. Observational study and phase second is better approach in Unani system of medicine, and use of modern tools whenever applicable are necessary. Validate the procedure scientifically. Prepare the SOPs of the procedure practice in the regional therapies, collection of the scattered material about individual therapies and strengthen the subject, develop the coordination between the research work carried out in the different field, particularly Kulliyat, Adviya and Maljat, documentation and publication of the work carried out by researchers of the various disciplines. And with these words, just I am concluding my lecture and with the quote of the John Hunter, but why not try to experiment? Thank you very much for listening my lecture with the patience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are really proud and happy to have you here with us in the Annual Research Symposium 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, to wind up this inaugural session, I would like to invite Professor R.D.H. Kulathunga, the Symposium Coordinator from Ayurveda, to present the vote of thanks. Madam, it's over to you.
Good morning. Our chief guest, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Senior Professor Priyani A. Paranagama, Director, Institute of Indigenous Medicine, Professor P. Hemantha Kumar Karlapotula, Dean, Postgraduate Section and Head of the Shalya Chandra National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, India, Professor Mohammad Anwar, Chairman, Department of Iladbik Tadbir, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, India, Dr. S.P. Molligoda, Head Department of Study in Ayurveda, Professor M.S.M. Shipa, Head Department Study in Unani, distinguished invitees, presenters, University of Institute of Indigenous Medicine, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to address you in this event and to profuse vote of thanks at the Annual Research Symposium 2021 organized by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. Let me first of all extend my deep sense of appreciation to our chief guest, Senior Professor Chandrika N. Vijayaratne, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, for her time, presence, and support. Thank you, Madam, being a part of this special day. I am thanking profusely our Director, Madam, Senior Professor Priyani A. Paranagama, for giving the guidance and leadership, continuous support to make this event a success. Then, on behalf of Institute of Indigenous Medicine, I express my sincere appreciation and our profound gratitude to distinguished keynote speaker, Professor P. Hemantha Kumar, Dean Postgraduate Section and Head Shalya Tantra, National Institute of Ayurveda, for having accepted our invitation and for giving your valuable contribution to this event. And also thank for the academic support and encouragement extended from your institute toward us. Then I move to acknowledge the presence of distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Mohammed Anwar, Chairman, Department of Ilajpit, Tadbir, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, India. As you are aware, the main annual research symposium organized by the University of Colombo was held yesterday. I wish to thank the chairperson and the organizing committee for their valuable guidance. My sincere gratitude goes to members of the Board of Management, distinguished invitees of faculties and other institutions for being with us today despite of all the commitments. Next, I take this opportunity to thank and UNANI members of academic staff. Some of our academic staff are the presenters at the scientific session today, administrative staff and non-academic staff of IIM for your continued support and dedication toward the success of this event. Then I would like to thank our medical students of IIM and PG students of Postgraduate Institute of Indigenous Medicine for your participation. Further, I take this opportunity to thank the head and staff of IT section IIM, Mr. Ruan, Mr. Lahiru, Mrs. Nalinga, Mr. Buddhika, and Mr. Jayapadi for playing a key role from the very beginning and their continuous support and services extended toward the success of this event. Then my sincere gratitude goes to Professor N. Pahamia, Coordinator UNANI, for her dedication and cooperation extended toward making this event a reality. So finally, my sincere thanks goes to Kampia for this session, Mr. Charita Minipurarachi, BMS medical student from our institute, for your immense support toward the success of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. Professor R.T.H. Kulathungal, Symposium Coordinator for iBreather. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are gradually moving to the end of this inaugural session, and next up is the scientific session. So before that, as per the request, please switch on your cameras so that we can take a group picture, a screenshot with the new normal. Thank you all. Thank you very much. That will be a memorable screenshot taken at the annual research symposium, which is the first ever collaboration of the Institute of Indigenous Medicine. Although this is the first collaboration by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine to the University of Colombo with the annual research symposium. The Institute of Indigenous Medicine is not new to research. So our senior academics and other professionals are involving, engaging in successful research. So few of our senior academics are felicitated at this event as well. So congratulating them and giving a piece of motivation for our students and even our teachers, academics, lecturers, and other professionals. Wishing all the very best from this inaugural session. Count for the scientific sessions, and it will start after a short while. So at the end of this inaugural session, I would like to remind you, your positive action combined with positive thinking will result in success. Thank you all. Thank you very much for joining with the inaugural session of the Annual Research Symposium 2021, organized by the Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. Thank you very much.